Hello, welcome back. It's so good to see you. So today we are going to be putting some recipes that I have printed out into these heavyweight sheet protectors. Now, I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned before that I was going to start making my own little recipe book. My mom actually has a recipe binder that she's had basically my entire life, and it has all of these awesome recipes, and she told me that she was going to give it to me. And then when she retired, she said, "Oh, never mind, you can get it when I die," because she uses it too much now. So I generally have recipes on Pinterest and stuff like that, and I have a specific little section that's called like awesome tested recipes or whatever, and I'm constantly having to like pull up the recipe and then look at it, and then the phone like goes back to sleep, and so I have to turn it back on, and it's just very annoying. And I'm like, I really just want the recipes that I like in a recipe book. So I've decided that I'm going to be making my own little recipe binder. Oh, sorry. Now, I have this binder that I picked up a while ago. I've just been putting this off and off because, I don't know, stuff comes up. You get busy, But I actually got this at Walmart, and it was on clearance for $1. $1, which I think is pretty cool. It's a 1-inch binder, and it's a really hard plastic. But yeah, and it comes with this like little window, and I'm thinking maybe I can get some kind of like cookbook color page, and we can color it in and then slide it in the front of this binder. I don't know. But for today, we're just going to be putting the recipes in these heavyweight sheet protectors. And these are reinforced binding edge, won't lift print. I don't know what that means. Oh, I guess it won't like remove the ink off of your paper. It's letter size and PVC free. And there are 25 in here. I don't have 25 recipes printed out, but I do have quite a few recipes that I use often. So now, like, some of them are just on little note papers, where I've like come up with my own little recipe. But like this one, I don't have measurements because I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I'm cooking, I don't use measurements. I just know it, So like I make my own frosting for cupcakes and cake, and I use whipped cream cheese, vanilla, Cool Whip, powdered and regular sugar, and then Wilton icing color to make it whatever color I want. But I know how much I'm supposed to use of each of these. I guess I could write it down at some point, because I'm sure at some point I will give my daughter this recipe book. But anyway, so I have a little frosting recipe, and then I have, let's see, this looks like it might go together. Why didn't I have actual paper? I don't know. Oh, these are for, it says Mom Flour Cookies. So I make these little cookies, and I make like a cookie bouquet. If the video editor will allow me to put a picture in here, I will. Sometimes I say that, and then the video editor says that some file is corrupt and it won't allow me to put the picture in there. So if I can, I will put it here and I'll show you. But it's like cookie bouquets, you know, like online those things are $60 to $80 to $100, but I'm like, I can just make those on my own. So this is the recipe that I use to, you know, make that. But yeah, and then this is the ingredients or the instructions for that. So I have that, and then I have this recipe. I don't know where I get these recipes, but I just write them down on little refrigerator notepads, you know. But this is for broccoli and cheese hash bake, and it has the instructions. You have a bag of hash browns thawed, 2 cups cheese, a little, I don't know what that says, a little milk, maybe? Block of cream cheese, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, diced onion, diced broccoli, crushed rich crackers, melted butter. Mix in extra shredded cheese for the top, and then the instructions. This is not healthy, but it's so good. And then we have the best brownie mix ever. I actually made a video just reading this recipe because it is the best brownies ever. I'm telling you. You screenshot that and make it. I'm telling you, you will thank me. And then we have my mother-in-law's recipe for Thanksgiving stuffing. She calls it dressing, but it's stuffing. And then we have the Grinch cookies. I made these this year. Everybody loved them. Red and green pinwheels. Yes. Cake mix, red velvet crinkle cookies. Super good. I'm going to keep that recipe. This is my mother-in-law's sweet potato casserole. Oh, it is good. So good. So I need to preserve that recipe. And this is my mom's potato salad recipe. I don't need it written down because it's so simple, so easy, and it's like there's hardly anything in it, but it is so good. But I'm afraid that, you know, with my MS, I forget a lot of things. So I'm afraid that I'm going to forget this. And this is like something that everybody wants at every holiday. And my mom, sometimes she makes it, sometimes she doesn't. So I have this just to keep my memory fresh. This is easy cinnamon chip scones. If you've never had cinnamon chip scones, oh, you should try it. I don't know if you can see the ingredients. So good, but I got this off Pinterest. Oh, super good. Sopapilla cheesecake. Also fantastic. Delicious dessert. Not Your Mama's banana pudding. This is Paula Deen's recipe, but I went to the Paula Deen website to print it out, and it wouldn't let me. It said I had to download some app to print the recipe, and I was like, what? So I found it on Pinterest. It's so good. It's like, I don't like banana pudding. This is not like any banana pudding you've ever had in your life. I remember one time when we were in Georgia, and we were having, I think it was like 4th of July lunch or dinner with some friends on base, and she was making the food, like they were grilling stuff, and I was like, well, I'll bring dessert, and I was like, she said that she liked banana pudding, so I was like, oh, I'll bring the best one. So she was eating it. She was like, wow, this doesn't taste like my mom's banana pudding. And I was like, oh, because it's not your mama's banana pudding. It was funny. I'm a goofball. And then we have black bean taco filling. Yum. It is so good. And then easy sugar cookie recipe. I needed to make sugar cookies like about a month, maybe 2 months ago. I didn't need to. My husband wanted sugar cookies, and I was like, well, I don't know. So I just went to Pinterest and I got this, and it was so good. They like didn't flatten out like a lot of sugar cookies. They stayed very thick, and they were almost like a chewy consistency. Oh my god, they were so good. So I was like, you know what? When you find a good sugar cookie recipe, you gotta write that down. You gotta print it out, something, because oh, so good. And then I have sweet potato and quinoa chili. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And then my husband's all-time favorite. This is red velvet cake balls. It's just a red velvet cake that you crumble up and then squish into balls and then cover with like white chocolate chips. It sounds easy, but it's actually very time consuming, but it's really, really good. So I didn't want to lose the recipe, because I don't know if you have noticed. I'm going to go ahead and cut this bag open, but some of my recipes that I have saved to the recipe file, or why won't this cut? They have, sorry, that was kind of loud. They're no longer available. It's like I click on the recipe and then it's like this link is no longer active, or this post has been deleted, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how could this be? So I'm like, you know what, I am just going to start printing out my recipes, so number one, I can have them to look at the entire time that I am making the recipe. And then number two, in case whoever posted it doesn't delete the original post, you know what I mean? Because I've lost some recipes, good recipes, due to that. So we'll probably be making another video like this, and then maybe when we're all done, we can go through like a recipe look through or something. So I think it just opens at the top, right? Is this the top? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not gonna put this in any specific order. I guess like dessert stuff I'll put in the same little sleeve, I guess, so that it can be double-sided. Oh, this is a tight little fit. Yeah, so that's red cake balls, so we need something else. This is regular food. Maybe we should put the cookies together. So this is regular food. Okay, so cake balls and banana pudding, those can go together because they're both desserts, right? If you can tell, this video is not organized at all. So I hope you like paper sounds and crinkle noises, because I'm not organized today. But I kind of had to do it. You know, I was kind of thrown into this video because my day is just totally off, because there was a big storm. And school was not canceled, but it was delayed for 2 hours. And yeah, so my day's kind of thrown off, and I had to keep Ava awake that whole time. She usually likes to take a couple of naps in the morning. So I was like, no, because after I drop the kids off, I want to do a video, so you gotta stay awake, girl. And she was fine. I mean, we were playing, but you could tell she was very, very tired. So as soon as we got home, I took her outside to go potty, and then I was like, alright, let's go do this video real quick. So I got her settled so that she could go to sleep. That is a dessert. This is a dessert. So she's sleeping right now, but she could wake up at any minute and then start barking. I don't know. So I kind of feel a little flustered. But I did plan on doing this video. I had these pages printed out for quite a while. Oh no. Okay, so easy Sophia cheesecake. I had a friend make this a long time ago. I used to go to church, not a long time ago, it was probably like five years ago, because my husband's parents are pastors, and his brother and sister-in-law, they're all pastors, and we used to go to church with them all the time, but then me and my husband kind of backed away from that, because we just have a different belief system, and also the pastor of that specific church died, and the person who took over, they weren't that great. But I used to have a friend who I met at the church. Her name was Sarah, and we used to go to this, like, it was for young adults, a meeting like on Saturday nights, or it was like a once a month thing, and we would bring food and, you know, fellowship, that kind of thing. Oh wait, did I put something on the other side? Yeah, I did, the scones. And one time she said that she was bringing a dessert. It was sopapilla cheesecake, and I was like, well, what is that? Because I had never heard of it. And she was like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of this. So she brought it, and I tried it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing I've ever eaten. So I had to make it, you know, all the time after that. And every time I see that recipe or I have it, I think of her. She died very suddenly, very sad. She had like brain aneurysm, I believe, and she was in the hospital, and I think she just continued to have them, and oh, it was awful. What is this? This has notes on the back. Oh, pioneer gravy, turkey gravy, roasted is sifted. Oh yeah, if you have gravy and you have the roasted flavor of that, there are actual turkey pieces in there. So I guess I left that little note in there because I'll eat gravy even if it has, like, you know, meat like flavoring or something like that, but if it has actual pieces of meat in there, oh no, I cannot do that. I like how I have my own little notes on there. I remember my aunt, or my mother-in-law, she gave this to me when we had to do our own Thanksgiving, and I was like, okay, this is a lot of stuff, but I still have more questions, you know, like, she wrote brown sugar, and I was like, is it dark or light, you know, and it didn't say to peel or cube the sweet potatoes and then you boil for 15 minutes, it just didn't say that, so, but man, her sweet potato casserole, it is the best sweet potato thing I've ever had. And like, before I met her, my mother-in-law, I had never had sweet potatoes in my life, and I was just like blown away by the amazing flavor. Like, it was just so good. And I went and I told my mom about it. She was like, oh yeah, I used to make sweet potatoes, but it was just too much work. I was like, I don't remember ever having sweet potatoes. But it must have been like when I was young or something. I have other Christmas cookie recipes. I just didn't print them out. But these are the ones that I just did this year, so they're already printed out. And my mom, oh no, I'm so upset. My mom has this recipe. Well, she had a recipe that she took out of her famous recipe book to give to me for these. I used to call them present cookies because they were these little square cookies. And they were like this, like red and green. They were like these checkerboard cookies. But I could never find the actual recipe, and she said they were too hard to make, so she just got the little recipe out of that book and gave it to me. Well, our house flooded, and guess what got damaged in the flood? That recipe. So it's like I don't have it anymore, and I don't know what to do about it. I've been trying to find it, but no recipes are like the one that she had, you know. I lost so much stuff in that flood, and we're in a no flood zone, but it was Hurricane Harvey. It was so bad. So many places that are in no flood zones flooded. And I lost all of my pictures. I only have a few pictures left. Like, that's how come whenever I do this is a dessert. I don't think I should have that with this. Maybe I will put this in there, and then I'll put those cupcake frosting things over here. But yeah, that's how come when I do whenever I read my grandmother's memoir, I only showed pictures the first time of her, because those are the only pictures that I have. I don't have any more. I might have some online, but I don't have any of the older pictures, you know. But, yeah, I lost so many pictures of my brother, and just of everything. Yeah, I can stick this on the back of this because this is dessert related, so yeah, I don't know what kind of sections I will have in my recipe book. I don't have a cookbook. I'm not famous like that. Yeah, maybe I can, once we get it all filled out, we can organize the recipes into little sections, because I did buy dividers and stuff like that, but I don't know what I'm doing. And I guess I'll put this on the other side as well, so yeah, my mom's potato salad is super easy. There's hardly anything in it, but it just tastes so good that everybody loves it. And like, there's never any leftovers. Never. And then my mom puts celery in there, and I don't know, it's alright. But my sister, I think it was like last year, or maybe the year before, she was like, I want you to make me mom's potato salad, but I just want eggs and potatoes in there. Don't put anything else in there. No celery. Because she always picks the celery out. So that's what I gave her for her birthday. I made her mom's potato salad, and then sometimes for her birthday I will make these brownies because they're her favorite brownies in the entire world. So, but yeah, so here are the recipes, and now they're protected, so they can't get damaged. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 recipes, all in little plastic sheet protectors. Anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.